Hi guys, so this actually concludes my my first night in Mbarara. So good morning again from Fort Portal. So I've decided to stay the night. As I said, I was knackered. So I'm now checking out of my hotel. I think I'm about to get kicked out right now. I'm about to get kicked out right now. So I'm checking out my hotel, and then I want to go to Kasese, check out the Rwenzori Mountains and Queen Elizabeth National Park. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started with our day. I've just made another trip to the petrol station to fill up my tank once again. At this point, I've lost track of how many times I've filled up my tank from nothing. But hey, this is the price you pay for road trips. I also had to withdraw some cash, so I got some physical cash because I learned from my journey from Hoima to Fort Portal that there's many places that just don't accept mobile money, which is what I use mostly. So I had to get some cash. So with my tank full, cash in hand, you know, I got something to drink as well, Mountain Dew. I'm now ready to hit the road for my next 1.5 hour journey to Kasese.
Yeah, my name is Mr. Konom. I traveled from Kampala. I'm now here in Fort Portal Mugushu market. The aim is to save my brothers and sisters from to die. Please don't joke with life.
Here at the base of the Rwenzori Mountains. As you can see, there's a lot of stones over here. There's so many and they're quite organized, so I thought like a human did it, but apparently these rocks came here from glaciers, ice glaciers, and rivers, moving the rocks from, you know, on top of the snowy parts and then sweeping them all the way down to the base and then just leaving them here. So really, this right here is you know, a testament to geography, geology, and all that kind of stuff. But what I've done is I've taken one of these rocks, which will be a part of history, and I want to keep this rock from the Rwenzori Mountain. I'm just going to keep it as a souvenir. So rather than going to a gift shop to buy a gift, I want to take this rock. I'm not sure if I'm stealing. I'm not sure if someone owns this or not, but I'm taking it. I'm at Mount Rwenzori, and this is a hydro power plant. So where I am right now is a special place in Mount Rwenzori where they actually generate hydro power or generate electricity using the flow of water. So it creates electricity from this sustainable source, which is effectively water. And you can actually see the water comes from Mount Rwenzori. So yes, it comes from the top of Mount Rwenzori. It falls all the way down and it comes down here. And this is where they collect the water initially. And then the water is then transported from there to over here for it to then be processed and then shipped down to a tanker, which is all the way down there. So this is an example of sustainable energy production. Obviously, I'm not going to go inside. I would go inside, but there's a sign that says no entry. It's probably backwards for you, but it says no entry. Yeah, so just take that in, look at that view. It's crazy, it's crazy. So I'm now going to go back up. The guy told me that there's something up there. So I'm going to go up there and see what's going on. Yeah, it's funny because I was just having a rant to myself about solo safaris or solo travel, and I realized that contrary to popular belief, solo travel is actually extremely fun. Like right now I'm alone, completely alone in this car, right? And I realized that this is actually an advantage because I get to do exactly what I want to do, exactly when I want to do it, and I get to see what I want to see, when I want to see it, and when I'm tired of seeing it, I can stop and do something else. You can't do that when you're traveling in a group, or even if you're traveling alone. If you have, say, a tour guide who's taking you around, you kind of still have to follow their agenda, right? You know, they might have a set itinerary that you have to follow, but when you're on your own, you get to just pull up to a national park. Right now I'm in Queen Elizabeth National Park. I don't know what the local name is, but I want to call it the local name, because obviously these colonial names, they're nice and all that good stuff. But I think it's time to get rid of the colonial names and come up with new names. So that's the national park over here. So this seems to be the national park right here. Let me just drive in there so you can see that logo just a bit better. It looks a bit run down though. Just look at it. It looks run down AF. That looks run down, but that's the sign over there. Queen Elizabeth National Park. So let's get cracking. Let's get
Mbarara Salt Lake, where we mine salt, and we have got only two types of salt which we are mining here. One of them is this one, this pink salt. We use it as a table salt, and this black one, it is for animal feed.
Right, so now we're doing a tour of Lake Katwe, a salt lake in Queen Elizabeth National Park. It's actually run by a community, and it's very interesting to see them do the farming. And this guy was super helpful, giving me a tour and an extensive breakdown of how salt farming works.
Black magma on the bottom. Black magma. Second, it is salty water, which is too salty and high concentration. Now, what we do, we come up with this machine here you are seeing. It is a man-made machine, but for me here I call it my computer.
Your computer?
Yes,
This is your
because
computer?
I use it every day. It is my computer for me. Now, what to do, we come up with this machine here to spray water on that top layer which is salt. We do it like this. It means that I'm increasing more layer to become thicker.
Now, I want to pause the video here and say that this was a very long interview, and it goes into salt farming, what life is like on the farm. And I want to fast forward through this bit because it's quite long and it could be its own video. So if you're keen on seeing more about salt farming, I might make a separate video. But for now, let's keep it moving.
So I have just arrived in Mbarara, and obviously what I usually do to you know, bless a new city that I enter, I have to try the food, right? So I look for the restaurant that I am familiar with in Uganda or Kenya. That is Java House. And what I found is that Mbarara, despite the mightiness of the Western region, despite the fact that this is basically the capital of Western Uganda, there is no Java House. There is no Cafe Javas, which is a big problem, because I use that as a marker of how developed a city is. If there is a Java House, then that city has a minimum level of development, like has a minimum level of development to qualify as a respectable city. So Jinja, where I'm from, has a Java House. Kisumu, my second home in Kenya, has a Java House. Obviously Kampala, Nairobi have a Java House. Nakuru, Naivasha have a Java House. Mbarara does not have a Java House. Similar to Hoima, no Java House. Similar to Porto, no Java House. But at least for Mbarara, the capital of Western Uganda, I'd expect at least one Java House. But there's no Java House. And that is my index for how developed a city is. So far, I'm not too impressed with Mbarara. But hey, I'm not dissing, I'm not hating. But hey, it is what it is. Let me find the equivalent of Java House because I'm hungry, and let's get cracking. Let's get cracking. Oh yeah, so I almost forgot to review the meal I had at Cafe Havana. But yeah, overall I say it was a good meal. It was definitely better than the meal I had in Hoima. Probably on par with the meal I had in Fort Portal. I had chicken and chips. But still, it doesn't come close to Cafe Java's. I managed to check into my hotel. I'm staying at the Travels Hotel. And I can share that because I'm going to post this when I've checked out and left Mbarara. So it's not like I live here. But anyways, getting here was hard because the first place I went to didn't have good Wi-Fi, and I want good Wi-Fi so I can, you know, back up my videos onto Google Drive. The second place, which is over here, it's called the Oxford Royal Hotel. Looked pretty good, but unfortunately they were fully booked. And then they told me to go to the next door neighbor, which is the Travel Hotel, and that's where I'm staying. Is there a vibe going on here, or should I just go to sleep? So I'm gonna see how it goes and report back. So as usual, I do a room tour of my room. So this is my room in Mbarara. So this is my bed. It's actually a lot smaller, but this is because it's also cheaper. So it's about 60,000 Ugandan shillings, which is about $15, $16, $17. So it's very affordable compared to my other rooms. As I mentioned earlier, this was like the only one that was available with Wi-Fi, which is what I wanted. So I got it. You know, does a job. Got a nice TV here too, and as part of my tradition, I'll show you the bathroom as well. This is the bathroom, pink toilet, all the good stuff, towel, boiler. Yeah, pretty simple. Shower there, but the shower doesn't quite work. It's a bit shabby, but hey, it is what it is. That's what you get for paying 60,000 Ugandan shillings or $15 for a room. Anyways, let's get this night started. Let's see what Mbarara has to offer at night. Let's go. Hi guys, so this actually concludes my my first night in Mbarara. So we came out of a club called
Majestic.
yeah,
Mbarara. Majestic.
we came out of Majestic, which is over there. Majestic is pretty fun. I just lucked out and I happened to live near the area, and we went there. It was fun. These three lovely ladies welcomed me to their table. We had a good night. If you're thinking of coming to Mbarara, you should definitely come by. Great people, great views, beautiful people, beautiful women, as you can tell, as you can see over here.
Yeah.
Even one hiding back there.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, so overall we're gonna go sleep. It's 4:30 a.m. and I'm gonna drop everyone off in my car. So yeah, cool, boom.